So today we're looking at wingers. There is a lot to go off and we are just going to go and blast through as many as possible because there's only two that you can use in the game, pretty much. You can maybe go for four if you're going for a left wing and right wing, but realistically you've normally got your fan favourites. Now, in EVO sort of territory, there is going to be a few people that rock it. I think Adama's the great one, and I think that is just nostalgic, if anything, just because he was kind of the first really big season reward that we got, and most definitely was in everybody's team. I wouldn't be surprised if people still don't have him just chilling around. Like, he was always been that card, and he's had plenty of EVOs prior to this. It's not like this is the first time, but it might be one of the first opportunities where maybe you've already done all your right wings and Adama just floats his head by. So if you're looking for coins, check in the description for El Dorado. Depending on the coin amount that you're looking for, the delivery time is displayed on the website, and you'll see lots of different trusted sellers with reviews on specifics and also the ability to be able to pick who you want. It will also show how much they have in stock, and obviously you can see that they are verified members. There is 100% refund ability and also 24/7 support if you need any questions with your coin needs. Also, if you head over to Trustpilot as well, you can see over 30,000 upvotes for them. You can see how reliable they are. Obviously great feedback across the entire board with El Dorado. So when on checkout, make sure you are using the code JT11 for 5% off your order every time. Discount code JT11. Now let's get back to the video. Now I think you could say the same for quite a lot of players as well. Like Garnacho is a great example of this. He's 90 rated. He obviously doesn't have any playstyle pluses, but realistically, you could have now waited. Like obviously with Adama, I don't think has Adama had any other upgrade. I don't think he has. No, Adama's pretty much just standard on here. Whereas Garnacho, you kind of know the name is enough there that he'd get another card. Hence that we've got the FUT birthday now. So it's why, as much as this card was fantastic and it got to a decent rating very early on, at this point in the game, are you really going to upgrade him potentially with a double playstyle plus that might not even be the best? So I would personally miss out on him now as well and just kind of keep him on the lower end. Same with the likes of Kvaratskhelia. He's got so many other upgrades. Same with Grealish as well. There's going to be a fair few that might not be worth the upgrade. We see the likes of Doku. Now, he's kind of like a bit like Garnacho, and it's the same with Diaz as well. When we look at both of these, they are perfect evolution cards. They've got either one playstyle plus or low enough rating to be able to be in EVOs right now. But is there a chance that they get another upgrade? Now, obviously, with Doku, I don't know personally. I mean, he might not be, but it just feels like he's kind of gone off a little bit now. Like he's played 23, scored 4 assists. He could get a footies or something like that. So whether you think that could be worth evoing now, whereas Diaz, I think he's done a little bit better. Again, I think he's more consistent. I was going to say 11 and 5, more consistent than Doku in terms of the name bringing out. So we might have a better upgrade for him. Whether you'd want to go for the 87 with no playstyle pluses as well, could be a nice option you could go for. We then throw it a bit further down. Let's have a look at some of the best players, because obviously you've got your team of the years. I don't think there's really much question with any of them, to be honest. Obviously you've got Hansen, you've got Reeton, you've got James. I think the team of the year this year, they did wonderfully with. They were outrageously good, very generous on the ratings, and if you go into the right and left wing now, you'll see that the prices are still absolutely there. You've got Vinny coming in at 5.1, kind of expected, 2.7 for Hansen, 1.4 for Wilson as a striker, 1.9 for Salah, then you've got 670 and 840 for Reeton and James. I think with the triple playstyle plus, they're still up there. They are absolutely. Maybe, just maybe, Reeton could be dropped down 1. I personally got James in the team, and she is still fantastic. Now, it doesn't mean that players have not got up to that level. I think as we go further down the list into the triple playstyle plus icons, into the likes of I need to get rid of that Rashford, but say we go for the 95 Rashford instead, that is a card well worth looking at. Like that's a right wing or left wing that is hitting the ceiling really. 99 on the pace, 95 on shooting and dribbling, bit of physicality, bit of passing, finesse and power shot. I mean, that's a top quality card if I've ever seen one. Whether he gets anything in team of the season, I mean, maybe a moment. It's what you've got to think with these players, like the kind of Rodri. He's not been in the season enough to say or warrant that he's a team of the season, but he's had team of the seasons in the past. they will be able to give him some sort of card. Rashford's going to be one like that as well. And you could probably guess any of the SBCs quite comfortably, really. Throwing in a few more players, let's have a look at a few more misses then. We would go, let's have a look. Ginola would be an Evo. I would miss out on Diaby because he's got the foot birthday. Quite easy. Coman I'd miss out on now. Dembele, I'd miss out on the player of the month. I would definitely Evo his Globetrotters, I want to say that one was. That most definitely because he's got another upgrade in an SBC as well. Malin because he's now got another version would be dropped down in my opinion. Then if we look at kind of, I'm thinking we've got usable, I'd say the likes of, would I say Mahrez is really that usable? I mean, he's semi-usable. I could be thinking like Morgan's as kind of the usable, but potentially going into the Evo. But then, really, I could say the same for Malin. This is the hard point because it depends on what you want from the winger. I'm thinking of an all-round winger game, not just bombing up and down, because that can be done by most. Like Malin could just go down the byline. Like he easily could just outpace everybody and just get there, but there's no overall package with him. Whereas you look at like the Morgan, we've now got the dribbling at 90 plus, the passing's there, the shooting's there, great physicality. Obviously the pace is already there. It's a better overall card. Rodrigo, I'd say comes under the usable still. I know I think he's got a fantasy card, I'm pretty sure, that is 95 rated, so he's absolutely up there. McManaman as a right mid, not really. I'd say the same for Figo as well, a little bit disappointed. Caicedo because she's got a new card. Gitten, surprisingly, yes. I actually quite liked him, and he's not in that Evo space at the moment. Inaki Williams, a drop off the planet. Nani, I mean, he's got loads of opportunities of Evos. I personally would say now, if I was thinking, is he going to be used other than a nostalgic value? Probably not. Same with Nico Williams. As good as he is, he needs another upgrade. And I think with the shooting and passing being quite low, I would wait for him to get another upgrade. Elise, outrageously good. You've used him. You know exactly what we're talking about. Pedro Neto's been through so many Evos as well. Lots of opportunity with him. Rafinha I'd drop out just because I feel like he's bound to get another upgrade at some point soon. I am surprised we haven't really seen too much other than the 90 objective, which is nice. Well, it's an SBC, in fact. It's a nice card, but it's just, no, he needs another upgrade now. Saka. Now, Saka's every year with Saka, he just never gets any look until like the very end. Like obviously he's got the 90 and in form, fair enough, and he has been injured, which again is fine, but in general normally like we get the Champions League version, we got 2 foot birthdays, team of the season. The year before that, an in-form player of the month, we got the World Tour, I think it was, we got the team of the year nominees and a team of the season. We got 3 informs and a team he just never gets above the curve. It's such a shame, and this year might have been his year to really go above that curve, but he's bound to get into, if not a team of the season, a moments at the very minimum. I feel like he's in the team of the season, really. I know he's been injured for a bit of it, but I feel like he's done it. What goal is it? I feel like he's done enough in terms of what he's produced for the team as well. He's got 6 goals, 10 assists, according to this, whether it's right or not, but I'd say he's done enough in terms of performances that he might be on the tail end at the minimum. Salma, she's a good card, but I'd probably miss out on her now. Sane would be the same. Sancho he never got off the gate. 90 rated. It was nice, like it's a good free card, but it was just never there. Son, I would say possibly going for this version. I'd be looking more at an Evo now. He's in that capability. Williams would drop down. Yildiz would drop down. Bit of Georgie Best. Now, he's definitely not the best of what we've seen from him, so I would be looking more as a very usable card. Martinelli's numero foot card, he does have a 94 now, and this is the big thing with a lot of these cards. Like, it's still a decent card. The stats-wise are there, but realistically, if you're going for one, you're going for the foot birthday. Let's be real. So I would go, you could still get away with that Martinelli card, but I would suggest his other version is definitely in that very usable. You've got the 91 Hazard now. I mean, Hazard's a funny one. Like, I love his 94. His 94 hero's outrageously good. I like his 91. I feel like it needs to be due an Evo at some point, but I don't feel like that's coming just yet, so we'll go into the usable side of stuff, and then I'd go for his 94 as most definitely into a topper category. I think he's just one of them wingers that just works it, and it's just easy for him. Jarzinho, another one with a massive upgrade. Well, I say massive upgrade. He's got an upgrade. Doubles on everything, triples on a couple. He's obviously a 4-star, 5-star the same, and he has got the triple playstyle plus now, but it is the trickster and also the technical. Now, I personally would have said that this card most definitely should have been in that top meta if he had the right playstyle pluses. I'd be looking at both of them still in the very usable, but unfortunately the Jarzinho for me is great all round, and I think the stats are nice, but that triple playstyle plus does not beat out many. And that's saying something. Like, I like the rapid, not a fan of the technical, and the trickster's just a little bit extra. Like, you might as well have just kept it on the rapid and let me do an Evo at some point. It would have been much better. Neymar, very similar. I feel like he needs an upgrade now. He's kind of just waiting for that team of the season moment, something. He's bound to get an SBC or something in there. I don't think he's quite in that top prime at the moment, and I know he has got two different versions from the striker to the cam. I think both of them can play wing, so whichever version you want is always going to be fantastic. Winter wildcard Wilson, love it. Rashford's Thunderstruck now. The final remaining card of the Man U era for him. I still quite like it. I think in terms of body type and everything, Rashford's always been one of the better winger strikers that you can get. I personally really like him in a striking role, but he's like an Mbappe and an Henry. You can quick to move him out to that left-hand side because he's still very good on the inside forward there. So it's always nice to see a card like that, in my opinion. We then obviously have got the Bale. I dropped down the 92. I think he's still there or thereabouts, but the 94 is most definitely taking over. It's a stunning card. We then have Diallo. I would probably put him more usable. Barcola's a little bit better. I think dribbling-wise, Barcola's actually pretty safe on the option. Obviously, he's got the rapid and the finesse, which I think works really well, whereas Diallo's nice. He's got the incisive and the power shot, but I think Barcola just takes him out, in my opinion, there. Diane, probably miss out on this one, but I would go for the other version, which is a 94. Brilliant card. Very, very nice. Greasy on the right wing. I mean, you could get away with him still, couldn't you? Most people are going to play him on the striker, let's be real. Like, there's not going to be many people that are chilling on the right wing with him. I'd possibly just go in a usable case as a winger. As a striker, still fantastic. Miami, definitely going there. Rivaldo, I'll miss. Foden, God, it's been a while since that Foden came out. He's obviously coming in the moments. It's very expensive for what he was. And even to this point, I mean, stats-wise, he's actually held his own, to be fair to him. But I just can't justify that he goes in. Does he go? He does go in, doesn't he? I suppose he is the kind of usable kind. I'd possibly put him at a low end, very usable. And it's kind of held his stats well. Like, to say that was in the team of the year era. 93 pace, 92 shooting, 91 passing, 96 on the dribbling. It's a very good card. When you think of the cards that are coming out now and you look at the kind of the Hazards, the Rashfords, and then you kind of go a bit further down and even think of someone like Rodgers, how ahead that card was is pretty decent. Obviously, Garrincha drops in, Ribery's there as well. I'd still possibly go Ronaldinho as one of the better versions. Now, would I categorize that to be his base? He's obviously got 3 different versions. You got 4.5 for his best, 2.5 for the 94, and 1.5 for the 93. For me personally, I would be looking at the 93 in more very usable category, and then the other 2 I'd potentially put at 1. I don't necessarily think the Ultimate Succession is much better, but he's still got at least a little bit of an upgrade. Now, obviously, the Foot Birthday is probably the best version of him. He's coming in with a 5-5, the double play style plus. Even then, though, technical and trickster, I need a reimagination of what Ronaldinho is. I need a quick step, I need a finesse. Throw the trickster in on the quad play style plus if you can, but most definitely, it's not the most original that you want from him. We then have Hansen, obviously still throw her in at the top. Same with Vinny. Messi would drop into a very usable. I think he's waiting for that team of the season-esque card. And when I look at the rest of these, I just realised how many wingers we got for Foot Birthday. There was so many top-end cards here. Now, obviously, if you do look at the price, if we kind of just quickly go over that, just to see who's left in this list at the absolute pinnacle of price. Because naturally the most expensive winger is going to be the Vinny Team of the Year, which is pretty self-explanatory really. Ronaldinho's up there, Rashford's up there, Bale, Hazard. You go a bit further down, you've seen a lot of strikers that can play there as well. Ginola, I thought he was good. I don't know if I was absolutely sold on him. I thought he was very, very good, but 2.1 mil, I feel like I could probably fill that spot pretty comfortably elsewhere, to be honest. So let's rock through a lot of these then. So they're very easy to go with a lot of the top end. I don't think there's many questions. Personally for me, I'd go Ginola in the very usable. I just wouldn't go in that top. Leao fits the top bill. I think Rodrigo fits that top bill as well. I think very much with the upgrade. Obviously, we'll move the 93 because I've clearly not got rid of some of them. So I'll put them up here. Garrincha, I personally would drop down. I think he'd be very usable. He's a good card. Very, very good card. But I don't know if I'd quite put him on the same level of some of these wingers, in my opinion. I think they have just a better overall, in my opinion, anyway. Adeyemi would go in very usable. Has Felix got the upgrade yet? I feel like he might have done by now. Still no upgrade. So did he not do any of it? He got 1 overall. Wow. 1 goal didn't get, win 2 matches didn't get, 10 goals didn't get, but he got the yellow card or red card. Wow. That's tragic. Like, jeez. They lost everything. That's outrageous. So that kind of really puts him to bed, to be honest. But he's still a good card. Like, I like him as a winger. He works really, really well. Future would go into more of the usable. Rafinha now. For me, I'd possibly look at an Evo for him. I think he's one of them cards that maybe does get into the team of the season, or at least a version of him. So whether you'd want to hold back on him, it's totally up to your call there. But I think he's worth an Evo at the minimum. We've got Rodman. I'd still go into the usable. I don't know if I'd quite go into more of a kind of... Well, I wouldn't go into an Evo with her, I don't think. We've got Salah's 92. I'd still get a little bit out of him, to be honest. Semedo, drop into an Evo. Zaha, I'd probably miss out on now, to be honest. I think Diaby is going to be a wonderful super sub till literally the day that the FIFA servers are turned off. He has always been incredible. Obviously, Jarvinho, Ababo, I don't know if I'd quite go that they are the top of the top. I think they're great, and they definitely have a nostalgic value, but I mean, they've dropped down pretty quickly into what they were. Like, obviously he was coming in at the most expensive, I believe, at 3.5 mil, and then quite literally dropped. Now everybody has dropped. I'm not saying it's just him, but you'd be a little bit higher if you was absolutely in that top personally. We have been leaked as well an evolution, if you are wondering. We've got a 90 rated left wing. If we can get that up, it's going to be 90 rated left wing, left mid, boost stats and rapid plus, unknown if paid yet. We know it's going to be paid, so it could be a nice Vinny upgrade if you are looking for another one for him at some point. Kelly, going to the usable. I think Garnacho would do the same. I really like Swanson. I think she would go into the top, as well as Salma. Jota, I'd miss out on now, unfortunately. Gnabry, I'd go into usable. Mitoma, now he did get the 91, but I'd probably still miss out on him, to be honest. We've got another Rashford there that we'll put them at the bottom just so we don't kind of get them confused. And I think we have got a Kvaratskhelia there as well, who's got the 95. So ignore them. Like, I guarantee I'm going to see a comment saying Rashford's at the bottom, but no, he's at the top. It's just his older version. So Caicedo, usable easily. Bailey, probably usable as well. I feel like there was such a glow up from like the Future Star Foot Birthday Fantasy compared to like the previous promos underneath. There was just a massive gulf in class. The double playstyle plus the extra stats upgrade, it just went absolutely nuts. Dembele, I'd still go up there, but I must admit I'm kind of looking at him now thinking, is he in that top meta compared to some of these cards? I mean, Yamal is outrageous in this game. Rodrigo is another fantastic one, and to be honest, Rodrigo took me by surprise when I used his upgraded version, because I don't really utilize him that much. Like, really, unless you're doing a Real Madrid squad, an Evo for him, you've had the 91 that was definitely not going to be picked by me. You had the 87, which again could have been the Evo, or this version. So it took me a while to really give him a go and think, well, actually, he's pretty good, to be fair. Kubo as a little super sub, will absolutely take it. Harry Kewell, I'd surprisingly missed this year. He's just not been made to succeed. We got Rivaldo up in here. We then have our kind of guy. I'd probably miss out on him, to be honest. I think Malin would come in just under Diaby, in my opinion. And actually, that's a bit harsh. No, I think at the end, them two go together. I think super subs, them two are the two. Like, they are absolutely your super subs. Nedved, I quite liked, actually, with the upgrade. He finally got into it. Salah, I'd keep this one up there. I think this one could go into the top meta. Nwaneri, solid card. I mean, for the first, is it the first year or one of the first years that he's really had any sort of call up? He obviously got into the Future Star, got into the 90, quick step, incisive. It's a nice card. I think he could have a little bit of a future there. I'd personally go into more of a usable category, but he's knocking on the door at the minimum. El Waran, I absolutely love. As a free version, he is outrageously good. Beasley would be in the more usable, and then I'd finish off with Kvaratskhelia at the very usable as well. Again, another card that is very close to being in that top bracket, and apparently we are getting Ligue 1 Team of the Season first, so he is a shoo-in. It's got to be. Him and Dembele are going to be the two that carry that Team of the Season. So do we see a 97, 96 Kvaratskhelia with a triple playstyle plus? That will be the interesting part, but that's going to be the wingers for today. Let me know down below what you think. Make sure you do like and subscribe, and let me know who your wingers are at the moment. Peace.